This is a local news clipping featuring a photograph of a decaying house at the end of an overgrown gravel driveway. The text confirms a very specific detail about the property at 2247 Coldwell Road. It has been completely abandoned and empty for over 4 years. Yet, according to a veteran delivery driver's corporate route log, packages were successfully dropped off at this exact address for 3 consecutive weeks. This diagram plots a 3-week timeline against the actual delivery logs recorded by the driver. To understand what happened at this property, we must focus on 3 data points marked here: physical retrieval, biological sounds, and digital communication. We are going to deconstruct this encounter by comparing the digital system's evidence against the physical reality on the ground. Digital logistics systems are built to verify efficiency, not reality. They create an assumption that a completed data point on a screen equates to a living human on the other side of the door. During the first week of deliveries on Route 7, the driver approached the property. The house sat at the end of a long gravel driveway, heavily shaded with peeling paint and every curtain drawn shut in absolute silence. Following standard protocol when nobody answers, the driver knocked, waited, dropped the package on the porch, took a confirmation photo, and drove away. 1 week later, the driver returned to the same address with a new delivery, only to find the porch empty. The first package was gone. The logical deduction was simple. Someone physically present at the property was retrieving the deliveries, even if they completely refused to show themselves. Extreme privacy, severe social anxiety, or a night shift sleep schedule are all normal human behaviors. The brain readily accepts these explanations, grounding the physical evidence in rationality and providing a false sense of security. That rational explanation collapsed during week 3. The driver pulled up with a third delivery, but the package from the second week was still sitting on the porch, untouched. As the driver set the new box down, a sound came from inside the house. It was heavy, slow, deliberate breathing, loud enough to be heard directly through the wood. The driver broke protocol. Instead of knocking or taking the required confirmation photo, they backed off the porch, got in the truck, and left. This tablet screen shows the customer file the supervisor pulled up that evening. It displays a prominent tag mandating contactless delivery only, instructing the driver to never knock or ring the bell. The instruction creates an immediate contradiction. If the resident required 0 contact, there is no logical reason for them to be standing inches away from the door while the driver is outside. The modern convenience of a contactless mandate inadvertently acted as a digital shield. It provided unquestioned, system-approved cover for whatever entity was hiding behind that wood. Days after the driver abandoned the route, their company app pinged with a direct message from the 2247 Coldwell account. This mock-up shows the exact text the driver received. "You've been coming very close to the door lately. Please just leave packages at the end of the driveway from now on." The driver knew there were 0 exterior cameras on the property. There was no mechanical way to monitor their exact movements on the porch. This schematic maps out the property and the terrifying reality of that message. To know the driver's exact proximity, the entity was either physically watching through the drawn curtains every single time, or utilizing the delivery app's GPS tracking radius to monitor the truck. The tracking technology designed by the corporation to monitor the driver's efficiency was successfully inverted. The watcher was using the system to surveil the worker. The driver permanently transferred off Route 7, looked up the address online, discovered the house had been abandoned for 4 years, and never drove down Coldwell Road again. In a logistics network dominated by anonymized apps and contactless mandates, we rely so heavily on screen data that we become blind to who or what is actually waiting in the physical world. If you have a workplace encounter where the data didn't match reality, share the details in the comments. And if you're new here, subscribe for weekly true stories.